So I've been working on a book. I put it off for a long time, saying no one really wants to hear about me or my life or anything that's going on because I'm not really that interesting of a person. And then it's pointed out that I've done all these things throughout my life and had all these experiences that people want to know about them. So I finally relented and I just finished my first draft. And someone had heard about it and asked what it was about. And I said this was the time I got PTSD on up through the recent times. And asked me a question, well, how is it that you became a monk? He didn't want to wait for the book to come out and however long it's going to take to get through the other drafts. They just wanted to know how I became a monk. Well, that's quite a story because I had PTSD. I was living in Thailand in a house in the country where I spent a lot of my time meditating, and I was teaching English for immigration police. And was a friend of mine. His wife was actually from Washington, and so we, would speak English over dinners and in social gatherings and stuff like that to help them with their English. And one day when I went over to their house, there were a couple monks there, and they explained to me they had a room that they kept aside for traveling monks. They could stay kind of like a monk hotel. Well, the monks were there, and they were, both older than myself. But the younger one of the two started asking questions about me. Now, we Americans, we have a tendency to keep to ourselves and not really be that outward with things. Unless it's someone as close to us, and we'll talk to them more about personal things. But my friend had no such safeguards. And he just went about telling them everything about me, anything that was asked. And of course, a lot of it came up with, the problems that I was having after dealing with the war and stuff like that. And the monk said, hey, you should come with me to the temple. And of course, immediately it was like shock. No, I can't do that. And I had to come up with an excuse. Well, I'm renting this house, and I have a lease. I can't just, take off. And then the next day I went over to my friend's house, and the very same conversations took place. It was just relentless. Uh, and then again for a third day when I went over there, the very same thing ended up with the monk saying, "You really should come with me to my temple." Uh, and it just, the idea of it was just not something I was comfortable with. Well, that night I went home and I woke up in the middle of the night and I thought, yeah, I really should go to the temple. It certainly can't hurt me. Uh, and so I went and told my friend, and my friend said, okay, well, the monk is gone now, but we'll send a telegram to where they're at. And, when he gets the telegram, he'll get a hold of us. Well, a few weeks went by and it didn't. And I went over to my friends again and asked if there was, any word. He's like, no, I haven't heard anything. Thank you very much, everybody. So after a pleasant meal and doing a little bit of English practice, I had went back home and tucked in for the night. And then when I woke up, it was in the morning, and there was a loud racket downstairs. I went downstairs and opened the door, and there were a whole bunch of villagers there that just started grabbing and packing my stuff up, telling me I had to hurry up. That the monk had come to get me, and we had to hurry up and pack all my stuff and take off. Well, we did that. I met the monk. Lumpa Kampilo Kampai, which means Holy Father. Kampilo Kampai was his Buddhist name. And I was told that I should prostrate before him and ask him to take me as his teacher, and I did. And then we spent 2 days on a bus to get back to his small temple. When I say it was a small village, Dong Noi. And it's Wat Dong Noi, meaning Temple Dong Noi. Dong Noi virtually means small town or small village. And it was small. How small was it? Well, the day that they got the first telephone was a really big deal. And the family that got it was just, they were so sweet. They came running over to tell me that they had a telephone that I could use to call America if I wanted to. I thought that was awesome. But that's how small of an area it was. And I spent a couple weeks teaching English there at the local school as I prepared to ordain as a Buddhist monk. And then I ordained.
All right. All right, thank you very much. I am going to give the stage over to Russell Woods and stay for as long as I can of that before I have to get to my next thing. Thank you very much, everybody. Bye-bye.